This is A-Game. Fast acting, long lasting, with no side effects.
What's going on, world? DS1 Ross, and we back here on SHEEPSTAYSLEEPTV. Shout out to everybody who support the platform. Much love, and we are back with another video. And in this video, I want to speak on the concept of Black men saying it's not worth fixing. It's not worth fixing. And what I mean by that is they mean fixing the relationship between Black men and women, fixing the quote unquote community, right? Here's my problem. A lot of you brothers think that you are supposed to accept the abuse and the trauma that was put upon you. A lot of y'all brothers think that that's what I'm telling y'all, that y'all are just supposed to go back, accept all the abuse, take all of the disrespect, take all of the nonsense that you had to deal with, and just deal with it so things could be fixed. No, that is not what I'm saying. That is not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is Black men have to go back and take their leadership position. That's what I'm saying. Now, let's explain what leadership is. Leadership is simply influence. Okay? It is not compulsory. It is not forced. It should not be manipulated. It is simply influence. And if you do not influence, or if your influence is not effective with Black women or with women, the women you've dealt with before, move on. See, what brothers are forgetting in this equation called the community that y'all claim y'all don't need to go back to. Don't forget that you're leaving your children. And that's what I want brothers to focus on. Don't focus on the bad women and what they haven't done and the damage that they caused. We know that already. We understand that. We've went over that and proven that inside and out. But the question is, once you understand what happened, you understand what the gynocracy is and all of these things, right? The question now is, what do Black men do? What do Black men do? If you don't build your people, you're going to go and build for someone else. This is what y'all don't understand. Men are builders. This is what we are. And you know why we're builders? Because we provide, we protect, we problem solve, and we procreate. We're builders. Right? So, if you don't go and build up your community or rebuild your community, if you go and get with another woman, which you brothers could go and do that, because I want brothers to become the best versions of themselves. I don't want brothers to be unfulfilled. I don't want brothers to be unhappy. So if you decide to not deal with black women no more, cool. If you decide not to rebuild or fix nothing in the black community or dealing with your family, which is part of the black community, right? If you're opting out of doing this work for your people and you want to divest and go overseas, cool. But guess what? You're going to be building for her family. See, don't think you're going to run to Colombia, you're going to run to Puerto Rico, you're going to run to Consuela and Maria and sit around and be a lazy nigga and sit around and have sex all day and have a bunch of kids and don't do no work. No. See, because a lot of you dudes go and get with these other women thinking that it's going to be easier for you. And then what they do is they give you a goddamn laundry list of what they need from you and how much they need from you. You see, brothers, you can't run from your responsibilities of being a goddamn man. You can't. So cool. If you want to run away from your own people and your own community and you don't want to rebuild that, cool. Well, when you go to Colombia and you go to all of these other places, you're going to help those men build. You're going to do that. And if your ass is not out there with a hammer and some work boots, you're going to be paying for it to get done. See, brothers, you cannot run from who you are. And see, men around the world, they don't run from their nature. And they don't allow other men to come in and to do that. And if you are allowed to do that, it is because you're paying. You're paying. So, brothers, you have a choice on where you pay the cost. You have a choice. I'm not here to tell you what your choice should be. What I'm here to tell you in this video is that you're not going to be void of being a goddamn man. You're not. Don't think because you're running to Brazil, you're not going to have to provide. You're not going to have to problem solve. Don't think that. Don't think you're going to go there and just run around and procreate with those women and not spend no money and not give up any provisions. Money is part of provisions. It's part of it. So if you dudes are not going to go to these countries and start building the country over there with those men, like you should be doing over here with other black men, guess what you're going to be doing? You're going to be paying those men to build shit. Perfect example is Ludacris. Ludacris just married a woman. She's from Gabon. He married a Gabonese woman. Beautiful woman. Beautiful. You wouldn't even think she's from Gabon. Beautiful. But guess what? Ludacris said in an interview that her father is a notable guy in that country, and they gave him a list of things to do. A list. Because if you want to be with his daughter, you're going to have to build. You're going to help us rebuild our country. You're going to strengthen our nation. That's what Ludacris is directed to do by other men. Those African Gabonese men are not playing with Ludacris. And if you don't, you're in trouble, buddy. Why? Because Ludacris is now a citizen of Gabon. So when you're a citizen, you have to go and do work. So guess what? If you don't want to do the work for black women here, oh, you're going to do it abroad because they're going to make you pay for it. And either you're going to pay for this with this, or you're going to pay with your ass, boy. They're not playing with you. You can't run away from responsibility. You're not going to run away from your nature, black man. No matter if you here in America or abroad, because those men are going to tax you. Because they teach them women to tax your ass. You see, and a lot of these countries in Africa and all these different places, they starting to lock down on that sex tourism shit. So a lot of y'all black men who think y'all gonna go over there and just run around and have sex with women until you ready to go, they're slowing that down in a lot of these places. You're gonna mess around and go out there and go to prison. Because your dudes ain't going out there to look for no wife. And just understand, if you do go out there and look for a wife, understand, you are held accountable by those men. Those men hold a standard. Why? Because those men follow a value system. They have a spiritual system they follow. They eat a certain way to deal with their health, and they're about family. The economy is based on family in a lot of these places. The people who have the money in these countries are different families. They uphold the standard for men. Where's the goddamn standard for black men here? Being niggas? That's our standard for being here? Doing nigga shit? They don't allow that over there. They don't. All you got to do is look up an interview with Ludacris talking about his wife. If you think it's a game. You got men right here in this space who went overseas and found somebody to marry. Them brothers out there spending money. They out there building shit. Because those men hold them accountable. But y'all got a problem with a black man right here holding you accountable, telling black men, this is what we supposed to be doing. You rather go do it for another man than to do it for your own brother. And this is why they continue to look at black men as goddamn slaves. Because you Negroes are going to work in a whole nother goddamn country and serve a whole nother goddamn man that don't have none of your customs and none of that shit. But you won't fix what you got right here in your own backyard. This is why they don't respect us, man. That's why these African men come over here to America and they look at us the way they do. Because we don't got no values. We follow the American value system. And this is what it looks like. This is the shit that we follow. This is the shit that we follow. And these other men in these other countries, they know and they understand this shit. This is why when you want to go over there and get married, give it up. You got to pay. And then after that, we got a game plan for you. We need this amount for this project. We need this amount for this project. If you got any skills, you can jump on a project yourself. But we need 100,000 for this. We need 200,000 for this. We need 60,000 for this. And this is after he done bought the mama a house. He done bought another house. He done bought vehicles. This is after all of that shit. See, this is what these guys in this space don't want to tell you. They just want to make it seem like they going to these other places and being void of dealing with black women, American black women, and thinking that they got a better life. See, that's what they want y'all to believe, but they're not giving y'all the details of what they actually are doing in these countries to remain married to Consuela and Maria. They're not telling you how they're spending money and giving money to her family to build schools. They're not talking about that. Because they don't want you black men to know that they still tricking. They don't want you to know that. See, black man, tricking is a mindset. And that's the worst mindset we could develop as men. Because all of that black men are just supposed to provide and protect shit is tricking. And you dudes think y'all gonna run from being an African-American trick to going to be a trick in Colombia. So when we have black men saying it's not worth fixing, well, if it's not worth fixing, you're gonna be fixing some shit somewhere else. You're going to be rebuilding something somewhere else because you can't run from your nature. You could run from America. You could run or try to run from this culture, from this Americanized culture, but you can't run from your nature. And see, other men and other places, their nature's intact and they're going to make sure yours is. So guess what? You ain't got to fix this shit. You don't want to. If it's not worth it, well, you're going to fix somebody else's backyard. Keep that in mind, black man. You talk all this stepdaddy shit. You ain't cleaning up nobody else's dirt. You ain't fixing nobody else's problems. But when your ass move to Antigua, when your ass try to run to Peru and to the Philippines, what you think those men gonna make you do over there for their women? Huh? Let me know down in the comment section. I appreciate y'all for tuning into the video. Shout out to all of my visionaries. Shout out to the A-Game Nation. And I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. Peace.
This is A-Game, an all-natural herbal dietary supplement formulated exclusively for men. Our proprietary blend was designed with one goal in mind: to improve your overall health, rejuvenating your vitality, energy, strength, and libido. Want to be at your peak performance in everything you do? Then bring your A-Game. Fast-acting, long-lasting, with no side effects.
Oh my God.